Welcome everyone to a different kind of video for the channel. I've been pondering with the idea to make some short form content in between my animation uploads, and now with the next animation being late, it's now or never to try that out. I'll explain in the outro of my next video why it is late. Don't worry, I promise it's nothing bad, just at the end of the day it's scheduling stuff. So this will be the first video of a new series called Saturdays with Scratch, where I just do basically whatever kind of short form content I could think of. Don't expect them every Saturday though, just on Saturday. Anyways, I sent out a community post asking for questions and I'm here to give you some answers. On to the first one. Ah yes, question. Hi, how are you? I've been doing great. I've definitely been busy, but it's a good kind of busy, you know? By the time I'm uploading this, I'm on my way to see the Demon Slayer movie, which I've been super hyped for. Favorite subjects? I assume you mean in school, which this will really date me, but I graduated college 2 years ago at this point, and high school 6 years ago. Holy shit. But I've definitely always been drawn to my art classes, and in my English Comp 1 class, we read some Junji Ito comics, so that was pretty cool. How well did you transition from traditional art to digital art? Not well at all. It was such a struggle, and it felt like learning to draw all over again. My first ever tablet was the Wacom Intuio CT-H490. I bought that in January of 2017, and it was finally replaced with my Huion screen tablet in December 2024. Learning to draw on the tablet was extremely difficult, mostly because I had to teach my brain to look at the screen to draw instead of down at my hand. I almost gave up because I went from drawing decently with colored pencils and paper to hot garbage. And honestly, I almost gave up. Just because it was so difficult. It was so demoralizing seeing my art de-evolve in front of me. But ultimately I powered through it because it was a medium that I really wanted to get into, and I watched a lot of tutorials on YouTube, even pulling up speed paints and slowing them down to their normal speed so I could see what the artist was doing. And after all of that, and after years of doing digital art now, it's now my preferred method of art. What's your most and least favorite movie genres? My most favorites have got to be thrillers, comedies, and fantasy movies. Least favorite would have to be super gory slasher movies. Not because I'm scared of them, I just don't want to see that. Oh, Scratch, why didn't you say animated movies?
And people keep saying, the animation genre. It's not a genre. A Western is a genre. Animation is an art form.
How many kids have you put into animatronics? And what is the reasoning behind it? You will never know. How long have you been doing art for? I've been drawing for as long as I can remember. In elementary, I would draw a lot of Pokemon, Bakugan, Secret Saturdays. Middle school me was drawing My Little Pony and anime, so I guess since 2005. I'm gonna be combining these two. What's your creative process like? How do you get started on an idea for a video, storyboarding, animating, etc.? And what are your inspirations and how do you usually make your videos, software, scripts, etc.? I have a Google Doc that is filled with video ideas. These will either be stories from my life or different phenomenons I've noticed, like working retail at Target. So anytime I have a random thought, memory, or event that happened to me, I'll jot it down in the Google Doc and see if it sparks any inspiration later. Sometimes that will be in the middle of the day or at 3 a.m. when I'm laying in bed. When I do settle on an idea, I'll write a basic script for it, send it off to a few of my friends to read, and make it better with their suggestions. After that, I record my narration in Audacity, and I work on drawing the script top to bottom. And I'll make storyboards of some of the segments as I go. I use different drawing programs, with these being the main ones, and then I throw everything into Premiere Pro for editing. What has been your favorite character design to animate so far? I love a lot of the characters I made specifically for my family. My favorite, though, would have to be my sister. I tested her design in the apartment video and I fell in love with it. Anyone in my animations, except for Pea Bottle Guy, I try to give them different aspects of what they love. My sister's favorite color is orange, she has a pair of denim jeans with stars on them, and my favorite detail is the freckle pattern on her face that when you connect the dots, they make a star. A side note, I also really like Professor Maroon Nouveau. I think he's very classy, and I really like his design. How many pets do you have? By the way, it says gullible on the ceiling. I only have one pet, and that's my baby girl Shadow. I've had her since I was 11, and we've been best friends ever since. What are your favorite animated shows, indie or otherwise? Animated shows in recent memory I've really liked have been Smiling Friends, BoJack Horseman, and South Park. I grew up watching South Park with my dad, and nothing has changed. For indie animation, I've been watching The Amazing Digital Circus. Each episode makes me enjoy it even more, with Gummy Goo being my favorite character. And while I haven't kept up with the Hell of a Boss stuff, I still love Queen Beelzebub. What's your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Luxray, with my favorite legendary being Rayquaza. What's your favorite animation of all time? This is a hard question. I mean, some of my favorite movies are How to Train Your Dragon, Into the Spider-Verse, Spirited Away, Paranorman, but literally any kind of paper that animator James Baxter touches becomes a masterpiece. So I guess a simple answer would just be I do have a playlist on YouTube called Animations I Like, and is filled with stuff I found around YouTube. Some are short and some are longer. If you want to check them out, I'll have them linked below. If you could shapeshift into any animal, what would it be? And have you seen my intro video? If I could shapeshift into an animal, I think I would just want to be a cat. So I could just lay in the sun all day and beg for food. When the topic of animation is brought up, how likely are you to insert your own opinions on what is or isn't good animation? Well, clearly I'm an expert at animating. I'm just kidding. Animation is such a broad category with so many unique styles that I feel like you can't really say what is good or bad. Animation can either follow the 12 principles or break them entirely. So I guess the only bad animation is AI animation. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your favorite color of the alphabet? Octagon. What is your opinion on Squidward? I thought Squidward was alright growing up, but now that I'm in my 20s, I definitely relate to him more. Who do you look up to? I look up to quite a few artists that I follow on Instagram, from the way they animate to their unique art style. When it comes to YouTube, I've always been inspired by the other Storytime animation channels like The Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animations, Illymation, to the new collab channel called Spilled Ink. But one YouTuber I've always admired was Jacksepticeye. I admire how he uses his platform for good, his work ethic, and how much he's grown over the years. His channel is what inspired me to make my first kinda online content, being cringy, awful gaming videos. Speaking of, will you ever release your old gaming videos? I haven't forgotten Scratch. Never. Those are staying privated forever on the old channel. If they ever see the light of day, I think I'll cry. Do you play Minecraft? I do! My friends and I have recently started a modded Minecraft server using the Create Chronicles Adventure Pack. Here's a little tour of my builds. It's called the Okami Empire, and I'm super proud of it. Don't look too hard though, some builds are unfinished. And speaking of my friends, what do you like to do with friends? The majority of my friends I interact with through my Discord server. A lot of us are in different time zones, but we still find time to play games together. Mostly Marvel Rivals, Minecraft, and Dead by Daylight currently. A few of them also appear in my videos, and I'm grateful for them because they will read my scripts and listen to whatever hyperfixation I'm currently on. What is your favorite part of making videos? Honestly, whenever the video is done. I love being able to show you guys the final product and I don't have to work on it anymore. It's not that I don't like making content, it just takes forever. Though I do enjoy starting on whatever new project I have planned, so I guess I love the developmental process as well. When will you get the attention from the algorithm you deserve? Also, Discord server when fam. Honestly, I do appreciate you all leaving me nice comments saying I'm underrated. While I do hope that someday the YouTube gods decide to bless me, I'm okay just doing my own thing and having all of you guys enjoying the content I make. And as for a Discord server, I don't know if I'll ever make one. I am a server owner for Discord that is filled with a bunch of my friends, but that's easy because I don't really have to moderate that one. Maybe sometime, just definitely not anytime soon. What kind of music do you like? I mostly enjoy alternative, rock, and pop punk music. I even have an entire playlist on Spotify filled with some of my modern day hits to what I listened to in middle school and all the way to what my dad listened to on the radio when he would take me to elementary school. I'll also have that link below if you want to check it out. It's a big playlist. Don't judge me. What would your final meal be? I would get a medium rare American cheeseburger with some french fries for the side, a few macarons for dessert, and a nice cold bottle of my beloved Dr. Pepper. Is that a good last meal? I think I'd just eat that anyway. Where do you see yourself at your peak? If we're talking YouTube, I'm not sure. I think currently I would just like to get monetized on YouTube. In life is even harder to answer. I mostly just want to be financially stable, enough so I can live comfortably without any worry, and have enough to buy some of my favorite Pokemon merch. Hey guys, Mr. Cheddar here, about how many, and this was the only comment I replied to saying however many Mr. Cheddar deems worthy. And then he never left a question. So that's gonna do it for answering your questions, and thank you anyone who did leave some questions for me to answer. Like I said, the next animation is gonna be late, but I do like the idea of having these like little more short form content pieces come out in between the animations. So just let me know. I got a couple ideas for some I could do in the future. That's not just Q&As. Anyways, look at the graph, and I will see you guys in the next one. And I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'm on my way to see the Demon Slayer movie.